Downtown is not exactly a ghost town, but everything is appears to be shut down, which can be expected because you don't know what these winds are going to bring. There are folks out. They're out there. They're not in the water, but they are, walking the dog. Kids are playing over there. Florida's going to Florida. And we are currently where I live, Newport Richey, Florida. That's a sweet mural. That's another cool one of the stilt houses. People actually live in houses out in the ocean, and they're on stilts, hence the name. This is Highway 19 running north-south along the Gulf Coast of Florida. Currently in Pasco County. Everything west of here, of this road that I'm on, is an evacuation zone. Uh-oh! It's a Florida tradition during hurricanes. Well, there really isn't much to report here at the Waffle House other than the place is packed. Blue skies have popped up, which is really weird because there's a hurricane coming from that direction. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to another aimless adventure. Hurricane Helene edition here along Green Key in Newport Richey. That behind me is the Gulf of Mexico. It looks not too shabby right now. Blue sky is smiling at me. However, in just a few hours, I think it's right around, I don't know, before noon o'clock. In about 2 to 3 hours, this entire area is going to be underwater. I'm currently, there's a road in front of me, and this whole thing's going to be washed out. High tide is approaching and or going away. I can't tell whether it's a hurricane. I didn't check the high tide or tide forecast, so whatever. It doesn't matter. It's a hurricane. It's going to push this water where I'm standing, and it's supposed to be between 5 and 10 feet deep. But rest assured, we will be nowhere near here or near these power lines that are above my head, because 40 plus mile per hour winds are expected. Let's see what happens. Hopefully that does not happen. I'm hoping that this thing just goes by and dies somewhere out at sea. Coastal Florida peeps, anybody in the zone A, they've already been given mandatory evacuations. South of me, I'm in Newport Richey, Pasco County. South of me already been evacuated yesterday. As far as even in the order, whether you stay or whether you go, that's your business. Florida, my county, Pasco, just got that same warning today. If you're along the coast, it is a very wise choice to get out. Honestly, this storm has the potential of not having, the big, rock and roll name to it like some of the other ones did, but the way that it is shaping up, it's wide. It's a very wide storm. It's big. Peeps north of us. I have friends up north, Florida, near the Panhandle. They vacated yesterday. They are right on the water. So if you're along the water, it's a good idea to get out. Georgia peeps, South Carolina peeps, North Carolina peeps, Tennessee peeps, all my peeps up in that area, please be safe. Do not roll the dice. This storm will probably bring hurricane force winds your way, possibly bring tornadoes. Hopefully none of that, again, happens. But time will tell. But be prepared for down power lines, loss of power, all that stuff. So, Lord willing, none of that happens, and everyone just keeps on keeping on. That is probably the longest intro I've ever done. And this guy's very proud of his muffler. He likes driving through the water. I got a Jeep. So I think it's time we explore more of whatever we're going to explore here. Hurricane edition, Hurricane Helene edition. I do this every year. And Sometimes it's really hard the next day. Let's hope none of that happens. So I think it's time we explore more. Check this out. There's a dead horseshoe crab right over here. Right over in there. Dead horseshoe crab. Let's hope that's the only thing that suffers any type of life issue today. Holy crap. Long intro. I think it's time we explore more. Let's do it. This will likely be pretty brief as the Sheriff's Department has showed up here along Green Key, which is a bay inlet. Obviously that is the Gulf of Mexico out there, and tide is rising as that hurricane pushes this way. Although there are quite a bit of folks down here that are all trying to get out here to get their little looky-loo on like I am. And just over here, there's a gal and her kid out there swimming. So, Florida. But I mean, this right here just looks like normal high tide over here. Doesn't really come up too far onto the road. Got the electric cruise because, as you can see, everything here is above ground. It's not like when I was in Vegas. I worked for the power company in Vegas for 12 years, and all our transmission lines were, well, most of them were underground. But here they are above. So when the winds get kicking, it could get very, very dangerous very, very quickly. And way out there, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try and zoom in, are the stilt houses. Houses that have been, they were old fish camps, and the families that own them are grandfathered in, so you can't just show up and build a brand new one. But if you have one, you can restore it and all that stuff. But they're the last of a dying breed. Let's see if we can zoom this cell phone in a little bit. I know that's going to be all jumpy and jittery and blurry because cell phone. But that's one of the stilt houses out there. Actually, I think there's a couple of them, but it's so blurry I can't see it with the sun glare. And more power trucks have shown up. So they're expecting, probably expecting to shut this little area down here real quick. Rightfully so. You do not want to get stuck out here because it's going to flood this entire road here in the next couple hours. And they're expecting 5 to possibly 10 foot of swell, which will completely devastate and be life-threatening to anybody who's dumb enough to be out here at that time. Time now is 11:35 a.m. (26th day of September 2024). And we got some chop coming as winds are increasing. Still see plenty of blue skies smiling at me, but look at how fast those clouds are moving. Whoa. Now, this is nothing. These winds are probably at about maybe 10 miles an hour, maybe. They are estimating winds between low 40s and up. So hopefully that's not the case. There will be, if it hits around 40, there'll be down and outs. Power companies will start shutting things down at substations because lines like this is super light wind. You know, this is nothing crazy right now. But you see how those things are swaying? You get a 40-mile-an-hour blast coming through here, pushing, and it's going to possibly do some damage to that. Well, like I said, folks are just, they're lining up out here, coming out to check it out. Like I am. And cars keep coming. You can see them. More and more. Just keep on coming. Even the Spectrum dude. I don't think he's out here laying cable, but... Oh, he's probably not happy to be on film. He's like, my boss don't know I'm down here. But yeah, so chops popping up. And that's about it from here for right now. Nothing crazy, which is good. We'll see what a little bit later or another area has to offer. Over here, old boy is paying it no mind. That crane just chilling. Wonder if he knows the hurricane's on the way. Well, that one's still got, he's still got some, there's still some stuff going on in that one. He hasn't been tore up yet, but he's definitely toast. Yeah, that's not, he's not taking a nap. That one's dead. The wind's starting to intensify. Look at how quick those clouds are buzzing. Just the beginning. This afternoon into this evening, it's going to be madness down here. But we won't be here. We may come and see what it looks like tomorrow, though. Yeah, salt water and your truck, bro. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. That's why you don't do that, kids. Salt water is undefeated, and who wants to get your truck stuck there with a friggin' hurricane coming? These peeps, see, they got a bicycle. You need to abandon that? Yeah, probably $1,000 if it's one of them electric thingies. More peeps just keep coming down. Don't end up like the truck dudes and dudettes. I'm out onto another area that's not going to flood this quick. A little peep out the window there, passenger window style. Oh, for context, I'm on this wooden bridge, and that house right there is probably going to be in trouble because this is the inlet. This is another part of the inlet. Mobile homes over there, not the safest. Wooden bridge, I don't know. See those houses over there? They got a little bit taller wall, but this one here, not really, man. A couple of rocks is all you got. Yeah, that might not fare too well right there. And this is all inlet. I just took this random road from kind of sort of where I was. I saw some water going through, and so everybody else has got the big old walls, but this one here, this little blue house, that's not good right there. Borrowing a term from Matt and Shannon of the Duo Finds on the YouTubes. Check them out. Fact or fabrication. The ibis. It's known in these parts to be the hurricane bird. It's the last bird to say, he gone, when a hurricane is approaching or is here, and then it's the first one to come back. So I would say that that's probably also the most dedicated bird to getting grub. I don't know. What do you think? Is that true? Is that fact or fabrication? Copyright. Duo Finds. Patent pending. Void where prohibited. Giggity. There's a Statue of Liberty in that dude's yard. Woo! Florida. Also, this road will be inaccessible under a normal heavy rain, so I would bet my bank account that this street right here will be underwater probably about 3 feet or more sometime today or tonight. Hope that's not the case, but like I said, it floods here. This neighborhood floods hardcore every time there's a heavy rain. Don't know why people still live there. Wind's picking up. Clouds are jamming. And crops falling out of trees. So you always got to be mindful of that. We're here at the Crab Shack, which is in Port Richey. This is on the Cody River. So the other side of the river is Newport Richey, and this side is Port Richey. And there's still some peeps inside there at that bar. I'm assuming they're employees. Band entrance. That's us. Watch us get tossed. Yeah, so the river's popping up a little bit. You can see how this thing's coming up, which makes sense because to your right is the ocean, and you got to watch your head. That's a cool tree. But yeah, see across the way, those folks' yards are already getting jacked. Unless they got one of those retaining walls, they already got water up there, a couple feet up into the yards. That's the bridge right there. That's Highway 19. This side's Port Richey. That other side there is Newport Richey. And that's the Cody River. It's a freshwater river that runs out into the bay, but when the bay has high tide and or hurricanes push all the water back up the river, it becomes what's called brackish. Half salt, half fresh, and all kind of nasty. Plus you could get sharks cruising up in there. You definitely get dolphin and you definitely get manatee, and the wind is starting to kick like Bruce. Told you there were sharks when it backs up. Look at that. Boom. Like about 5 inches from the deck. Check. I've never been up this close, man. Check them out. I know what you're saying. What if a wasp made its nest in the mouth of a shark? I was thinking the same thing. Can't even get this whole thing in here. Coming in, man. A couple more hours. Big thanks to the old boys throwing a few back there at the crab shack. They didn't even give two flippity-doo-dahs that I was out there snooping in. So we've been here before. They got all kind of cool people. Actually, I think they live in here. But each one of these has got its own mural and all that. What am I doing? I'm walking underneath friggin' palm trees that are dropping stuff. No, no, no. Moving on. This area here is approaching Hudson Beach, and you can get fresh stone crab this way. But I don't think that's this time of year. And if it is, then they're going to be washing up. So just get a net, I suppose. Anyway, this whole area, see there's more crap falling out of trees. This whole area was, whoa, underwater. That one just missed us. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this whole area was destroyed during the last hurricane. Apparently I'm not the only one out checking the scene as the hurricane bears down. Plenty of other Floridians. You can go over there and have a live Maine lobster, or I think they serve it dead, but I don't know, maybe they serve it alive. Folks are out here, parents taking their kids, out to the park to get the wiggles out, so to speak. Those people are chilling on a swing. Yeah. And in about less than 2 hours, this thing's going to be hammer time. Current time right now, we are at 12:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it won't be long. It's coming. Seagulls are freaking out too. Like a champ, the Waffle House Hurricane Index is in effect. Current time is 1:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Port Richey. That's the Tropical Breeze 1. Yeah, so you can go on that. Whatever. and tide is going down. So right now we're looking at what normally would be a lower tide. Low tide, the next low tide is at 4:24. So what do we got here? 3 hours from now will be low tide, and then we wait. The wind field on this hurricane is massive, some 325 miles wide. That's huge. That's going to definitely push up into Georgia, Carolinas, Tennessee area, and hopefully it loses a lot of steam and all that stuff. But if it doesn't, hang tight, y'all. High tide, next high tide is 10:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here along the Florida Gulf Coast. This is just one of many inlets here. This is Port Richey, Florida. Winds are picking up, late rain now. Nothing crazy yet, but like I say, this thing's moving pretty quick. It's strengthening. I believe it's a Category 3 hurricane, or about to be. And it's definitely picking up out here. You can see those birds struggling. Heck, I'm bouncing on this dock. Well, maybe time to get off this thing. I can't stress enough, if you are in the panhandle of Florida, get out of there. Reports are quite likely storm surge of anywhere between 10 and 15 feet. Put that in perspective. A one-story house is underwater. Get out of there. It ain't worth it. Take your animals, some stuff if you got it, and bounce. Here in the Pasco County area, we are expecting anywhere between 5 and 10 feet of swell, storm surge rather, to come in. I think Tampa's right around 5 to 8 feet, or a little further up. So as you go up the coast from, say, Tampa or Clearwater area, it is getting bigger and badder and more damage. So don't fiddle, just get out of there. It ain't worth it. And it's not just coastal. When you're dealing with 10 to 15 feet, that's not just the coast people and hey, you shouldn't have bought a house on the beach type stuff. It will go in a long way. It'll flood rivers. It'll cause all kind of stuff. You got channels near you, rivers near you, streams near you, lakes near you. All that can be affected depending on how far this thing pushes inland. So just be smart, be wise, and get the heck out of there, especially if you're in the panhandle. Well, I think that's going to do it from this one. I really don't want to be out in this. The winds are picking up. Yeah, it looks all, like normal stormy Florida weather, but hurricanes can come on quick. This thing's building steam. I think now it's Class 3 or Category 3 rather, or approaching that right now. And I've had enough crap fall out of trees already and almost hit my car and stuff blowing across the freeway, signs and stuff, small signs. So I think I'm going to call it a day, and then it'll be the end of this one, and Lord willing, I'll film a little something tomorrow. I work close today. They said don't bother coming in, because most of us that at my work live along the coastal area here, Port Richey, Hudson, Newport Richey, that type of thing. So the folks, not so much where I'm at, because I'm kind of in a little bit, but the folks that live anywhere west of Highway 19 will definitely be affected. So keep them in prayer. Hopefully they are wise enough to just get out of there, because last year, an area north of here, Hudson Beach, I may have already mentioned this, they didn't get out of there. And they didn't, not only did they didn't get out of there, but also some of those who did get out of there, they didn't turn their power off, and their houses burst into flames. So that's no bueno either. So all that to say this, I love you, and Lord willing, I'll see you on another aimless adventure. Until then, adventure on. And if you're in the Zone A, get on out. A wee bit of bonus footage, if you will. Back along the Cody River on the Newport Richey side, this will definitely flood. It comes over under a heavy rain to begin with. And it looks like the Johnny Cash house is playing no games. Look at this. They've got corrugated steel like the wall from Alexandria. But here's the former home of June Carter Cash's parents, and then Johnny and June. And my goodness, they are not playing. I don't blame them. It's friggin' Johnny Cash's house. And June and, you know, the parents and stuff. But, yeah, they're not playing. That's all glass, too, like a bazillion windows. And check these folks out. Not a care in the world. Whatever, dudes. One of my favorite houses ever. That is such a cool house. Love the color, all that stuff. Everything about that's a win. Up here, I know this is really not storm related, but it is pretty cool. There's an Indian burial ground right here. Burial mound, rather. Right here. That's it. And there's the placard to prove it. These peeps are waiting for me to pass. But yeah, so that's that. And the river's rising. River is rising. And that's about it. Well, I thought that was about it. Look at that. Friggin' catamaran. OG. That's an OG catamaran. You are window roller down worthy, yo. Check that thing out. My goodness. That is old school, dude. Look at that beast. Love it. Woo! The time is straight up 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's what I'm talking about. It's lapping its way over those retaining walls. That's the river, but the bay is pushing itself in, and this is low tide. That should not be anywhere near that high, and that's soon going to be all over this road, and then up in somebody's yard. But that mailbox is not. Check that out. Excuse me, Mr. Manatee. Did you know there's a hurricane coming? Word to your mother. Why are you filming a manatee? Whoa, check this one out. Check that out. The SS Minnow's up in the air. They ain't playing. Hey, you little buddy. In this marina, shut down. Had a cool conversation with the dude who, he and his wife run that shop. When he was a kid, Johnny Cash used to come in there. I got a Johnny Cash house video. I thought that was a real dog. Good job, bro. It's out there. I thought that was a real dog. Anyway, the dude was a little kid when Johnny Cash used to bring in all his trashed boats, and the guys, there's another dog out there, fake dog. Fake owl. Oh, and a cool tiki. Ibis. Nope. Nope, not Ibis. Sorry, bro. Didn't mean to insult you if I did. There you are. What's up, hurricane birds? Hey, is the rumor true? Are y'all the first and last? Be about your business, I guess. I'll be about mine. So the dude was a kid when Johnny Cash used to jack up a bunch of his boats because apparently he was a horrible boat captain, I guess, according to dude. And dude's dad used to fix Johnny's boats, and anyway, I don't know why I went on that tangent. Little downtown historic district in Newport Richey, Richie action. Dang. Clearly I need more sleep. And it is almost a ghost town. Pretty dang close. I mean, I don't know what's really open, but there's a whole bunch of ice cream. Of course it is. Hence all those bicycles. But all the pubs, the restaurants, nope, closed. If pubs are closed down here, you know it's serious business. But the ice cream shop said, show me the money. No pubs, but you can get ice cream. Hey, good for them. That dude is carrying a whole bunch of sticks on his bike.